So the game I'm playing today is called Kart Precision Racing. This is a really old, practically ancient PC game that originally came out in 1997. It was developed by Terminal Reality, the same studio behind the Monster Truck Madness series, and was published by Microsoft. This is a simulation-style racing game that revolves around IndyCar racing, which I'm sure most of you have probably heard of, at least those of you who live in North America. If you've never heard of IndyCar racing before, they're basically glorified Formula 1 cars, except they're a heck of a lot cooler because, for one thing, they have a much higher top speed than F1 cars, and they were also designed to be driven on ovals, whereas F1 cars were mostly designed to be driven on road courses. Now, why exactly have I chosen to play this game today? Well, I would have said it was because this is another game that I grew up playing, something that I haven't played in a really long time, but that would actually be incorrect because up until a couple years ago, I wasn't even aware this was a real game. Now, a couple years ago, I made a video of another game by Terminal Reality called Monster Truck Madness 2. And in that video, I mentioned that I had pirated MTM2, but I did also mention that I owned a legal copy of the game at one point, but I don't have it anymore. I'm not sure where it disappeared to. I managed to find a Monster Truck Madness 2 fan site that just so happened to feature a full download of the game, so I just decided to go and download it. Now, when I was installing the game, I noticed something that I had never seen before in the MTM2 launcher, and that was a second installation option asking whether or not I wanted to install a trial version of Kart Precision Racing. Up until that point, I was not aware that Monster Truck Madness 2 also came with a trial version of this game. So after playing MTM2, I decided to install the trial version and just play it for a few minutes, and it's standard simulation-style racing game. I mean, there's not really anything about it that makes it unique, if I may be honest, but it's still very well made, at least for 90s standards. And yes, before I get to playing this, I should mention that this is a trial version of the game. This isn't the full version. I never owned the full version of Kart Precision Racing. I'm also not playing this on my old Windows XP desktop computer. I'm actually playing this on my more modern laptop that I use for recording most of my videos. Surprisingly, both Monster Truck Madness 2 and Kart Precision Racing work just fine on this laptop, so that's good. And I have played the trial version a lot more off-screen before recording this video, so I'm gonna run you guys through the basic mechanics of this game. I mean, this is only the trial version, so I'm not gonna be able to show a great deal of things, but I'll try to show as much as I possibly can. Well, first of all, let me explain why I'm recording this video in such a crappy resolution. So let me just go to the options here for a moment. I can go to graphics. Oh yeah, by the way, this music is extremely low quality because, you know, 90s. So, as you can see right here, the screen resolution is only at 640 by 480. Now, if I select the renderer, put it to software only, I can change the screen resolution, but as you can see, it goes all the way down to 320 by 200, and the highest I can set it to is 640 by 480. Again, this was back in the 90s. This was back when high-resolution monitors or high-definition monitors were not a thing yet. So, the highest, like the best you could possibly get back then was 480p, pretty much, with a Pentium 166 processor, which is, it's hilarious how the game thinks I'm actually using that processor to play this, which I'm not. It does seem like Direct 3D works pretty fine. You also have smoothing and use textures with Direct 3D. Well, you also have use textures with software only, but with Direct 3D you can get some smoothing. You have some graphics details right here, which is kind of impressive for a game that came out in 97. You have smoke effects, dashboard, steering wheel, trackside objects, draw hills, car shadows, textured sky, object brightness, clipping plane, which is basically the draw distance, and the window size, which, if you configure this, it causes, well, you can't see it on the title screen, but it does cause the, window of the game itself to get extremely small, and it's really weird, and I don't know why you'd ever want to play the game like that. Also, I do like how the slogan of this game on the title screen is "Push the limits of racing reality." I mean, these games were pretty much pushing the limits of racing reality back in the 90s, although compared to today's standards, they are quite primitive. So we do have some options here. We have races, quick race, racing school, and web page. Some of these are grayed out because they're not available in the trial version. I already tried going to the game's webpage, and unfortunately the webpage is not available. Maybe I can find an archive version somewhere. For now, we can just go to races. So something that you might notice is that the user interface looks pretty similar to Monster Truck Madness 2. Monster Truck Madness 2 does actually use a lot of assets from Kart Precision Racing. I should mention that this game did come out before the sequel to Monster Truck Madness. This came out about a year prior. So, in the full version you have a total of 26 drivers, but in the trial version you only have 4 of them. You have Mark Blundell, Max Pappas, I'm gonna assume that's how his name is pronounced, Bobby Rahal, Alex Zanardi. I have no idea who these people are. It doesn't really matter who you select either because every single car performs the same pretty much, so there might as well just be one driver. You can also choose between different teams. In this case, you're still choosing between the 4 different drivers because they only belong to like one team, or each team is comprised of just one driver in this version of the game. The only tracks you have in the trial version are Miami and Laguna Seca. You can see some real-life images of these tracks though, which again are very low resolution because 1997, and they're all bitmap images if I'm not mistaken, so they look really bad. You can see the individual pixels in the images, so it's just really poor quality. You have the garage as well, where you can configure all sorts of stuff pertaining to your car. I have no idea what all of this stuff means because I'm not an expert in, well, this particular field. So I have no idea. I'm not a race engineer, so I have no idea what that's all about. Or what any of that means. You do also have multiplayer. I'm pretty sure you cannot actually play a multiplayer game in the trial version, but it was impressive for its time, you know, a game in the late 90s with online multiplayer, which was a relatively new concept in PC games at the time. You do have a test drive, which I guess I could try doing first. You also have a single race weekend. You do have different sessions. You have Friday practice, Friday qualifying, Saturday practice and qualifying, Sunday warm-up, and Sunday race. Again, the only one you can choose in the trial version is Sunday race. You can choose between either Miami or Laguna Seca. We can try test driving on Miami first. What else is there that I'd like to talk about? I guess there really isn't anything. Well, actually, I should show this. There are some driving aids as well. I decided to disable most of these, though. I have intermediate skill level enabled, because I'm not a pansy. I do have auto shift, stay on track, spin correction, driving cones, show racing line, and cue shifting, all disabled. Only ones I have enabled here are the anti-lock brakes and the traction control, because, well, I'm not good at maintaining my traction in racing games. I don't know, every single time I brake and turn, I always seem to spin out for some reason, so not really good at maintaining that, so I just decided to keep that enabled for now. There's also general options. You have a demo mode and a skip start screen. View intro movie and clip scenes, that's not available in the trial version. None of that is really important, though. You do have sound. Oh, okay, this is why it sounds so horrible. Set this to high. Come on here. I'm running this on a really powerful laptop here. You also... Oh, yeah, okay. Put this to stereo. Holy crap, why is this all set to, like, horrible settings here? Yeah, CD tracks, pre-race music, and sound effects. Yeah, see, again, this was back when CD quality music in video games, or at least in PC games, was really bad. You know, they were just trying to figure this stuff out. I am using a keyboard to play this. I don't have my Microsoft steering wheel with me right now. I'm not sure if it would even work on my modern laptop. Not only that, I'm not sure where I'd even put it, because it's a large-ass controller, and my laptop is kind of small compared to it, so I'm not sure where I'd even put it. You also have realism here. You do have different weather settings you can select. Not in the trial version, though. You can select the temperature, weather is currently clear. You also have race car performance and temperature effects. Race length, you can't select that. Maximum field size in single player, you also can't select. Qualified time road courses, can't select that. Pit stops, fuel consumption, tire wear, and crash damage are all disabled in the trial version. You can enable the pace lap, but I'd rather not because that just takes too long. Head panning, I'm not quite sure what that is. Actually, I do know what it is. When you're in the cockpit of the car, your driver's head will turn automatically to where he wants to go. The pie display setup, which is just the display in the car showing you your speed, your fuel pressure, lap you're currently on, your coolant temperature, gear number. Yeah, you can choose between either Celsius or Fahrenheit, but I'm gonna go with Celsius because I'm Canadian. You also have your RPM here as well. Yeah, all sorts of stuff that I personally do not care about at all, but maybe you care about, so that's fine. Session control is not available in this version. The view, well, I'll get into that when I get into an actual race here, because that pertains more to the races. Right, so now that we've gotten all those long-winded explanations out of the way, let's get into the actual game itself. So, in this version, it does load very quickly. Well, I mean, if you're playing this on a really fast laptop like I am, it will load extremely quickly. So this is the, yeah, I believe that was the pace car I just went past right here. Yeah, I do have the rev limiter activated here. I think that is activated automatically. I don't know how to disable that. But this is the regular cockpit view here, as you can see. And there is head panning, so as you can see, the driver's head is turning to where he wants to go. Okay, turn the rev limiter off here. Yeah, and I am using manual gear shifting right here. It is standard racing controls if you're playing this with a keyboard. You use the Z and A keys to shift. Oh jeez, okay, I almost hit the wall right there. Yeah, I'm not used to playing racing games on a keyboard here, so you'll have to excuse my poor performance. Also, that head panning is kind of distracting me a little bit. I'm just trying to look at where I want to go here. So yeah, it does play mostly like, oh god, don't spin out please. Yeah, so it plays mostly like a standard racing game. Like I said, there's not really anything that's too unique about this. I feel like it is just like every other racing game I've played in the past. But, you know, for 1997, this was pretty impressive. This was considered impressive back then, at the very least. Yeah, back when textures were all pixelated. Oh my lord, okay, I just completely spun out. Like I said, I'm not good at this, guys. You can also reverse here as well. You go into gear -1, but I just find it kind of funny how it says gear -1. Like instead of showing an R like reverse, it just says no, you're in gear -1. Yeah, because that we totally use that in the real world. We totally use that to describe the reverse gear. Also, the neutral gear is called reverse. Gear 0. No, it's not called reverse. That wouldn't make any sense because you can't move when you're in neutral. Oh my god. See, I think the problem is that I'm braking a little too late here. Or I'm letting go of the brake, and I'm trying to steer. I don't know. I don't know how cars work. If you press the M key, you can also enable the mini-map to see where exactly you are on the track. You can also press the V key to change the view. So you do have a bunch of different camera views as well. As a matter of fact, most of these camera views would later be reused in Monster Truck Madness 2. Like, if you played this game and Monster Truck Madness 2, you'll notice that a lot of the camera angles in that game are pretty much the same camera angles from Car Precision Racing, because again, it does use the same assets from that game. I am doing really bad right now, holy crap. Yeah, as you can see, even with all of the graphic settings, this game is still not that well detailed. It's still cool, you know, you have all these different textures, the textured sky and the crowds and whatnot. But other than that, the environment beyond that seems kind of empty. And even with the draw distance set to the highest setting possible, it still doesn't really look good. Things just kind of like phase into existence. I don't know, it just doesn't really look that nice to me. But this is the highest I can set the draw distance to. I wanted to set it to the highest setting I possibly could, and well, this is it right here. This is the best you're gonna get. Oh yeah, and also you can only race up to 4 laps in test drive. So there you go. That's it for the test drive track. We can go to Laguna Seca next though. So okay, why am I getting like a rolling start here? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so then we can try racing on Laguna Seca. So, yeah, just mostly a standard racing game here. I really don't know what else to say about it. I am going into the sand right here, so if I can please get out of this. I guess after I complete just one lap of this, just to show you guys around the Laguna Seca track here, I mean, these tracks are pretty accurate to their real-life counterparts. Apparently, the tracks in this game are supposed to be accurate down to like 10 centimeters or something like that. I'm not really sure how much of that I believe, though, just considering how blocky the tracks look in this game. Yeah, even there's also like fog that I'm seeing in the distance as well, and it's just kind of like popping in. It's really, really strange. So yeah, I'm not sure how much of that I believe, to be honest. But if they say it's accurate down to 10 centimeters, then fine. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But it's just that the graphics look so primitive that I just don't know for sure. I mean, the trees in this game are one-dimensional. Like, when you're turning around, the trees also turn around to face you. It's strange, and I don't like it. You'll also see how the textures distort a lot, too, when you get really up close to them. Yeah, I also hate this part of the Laguna Seca track. The corkscrew always screws me up, haha! But it really does. I can never figure out how to get past that without crashing. Okay, just slow down for a moment. Taking it a little bit too slow right now. It should probably speed up a little bit. Here we go. I do believe this is the last corner. I didn't need to go all the way down to Gear 1 right there. Went way too early. Yeah, and I still went off the track anyway, so that's fantastic. Goes to show you how good I am at this game. Really goes to show you. Alright. Well, that was one lap, so I think I am going to go to Gear 1. Yeah, the smoke effects are also pretty cool, but again, they are very pixelated. And if you go into one of the closer camera views, you'll notice that they're basically sprites. That's pretty much what they are. And I guess I might as well show this to you guys now, actually. If I go to the graphics, watch what happens when I put the window size to 50%. Yeah, that happens. Why would you ever want to play the game like this? Like, this looks absolutely horrendous. You just want to make everything more difficult for you to see. Like, I don't know how crappy your computer would have to be in order to not be able to run this thing at the highest resolution available. I just really do not even know. The other thing that I wanted to show was the object brightness. If you set the object brightness to 100%, everything starts glowing, and again, it just looks really bad. So I would not recommend it. I would recommend just setting it to 50%. But you do have some different camera angles right here. Chase left, chase right, chase big rear, chase big front. Again, they're the same camera angles from Monster Truck Madness 2. You even have the blimp camera angle, the race camera angle, which just follows your car around. There, just stop it right around there. Actually, maybe I can get something here, like create some sort of thumbnail, or get some sort of shot for the thumbnail. Hang on a second. You also have the shoulder, the starting line. Can I go back to this view for a moment here? Let me just reverse. Trying to race in this camera angle is really confusing, but I'm gonna try and get this as close as I possibly can without any of the other stuff getting in the way. I mean, that might be good, although it kind of looks like my driver has only half a head. So, okay, yeah, that might look good. I do believe there is a way to, there is a way to get rid of the heads-up display. Of course, there is a way to get rid of the mini-map, too. Press F4 for full screen, I cannot get rid of. It'll always show you that when you're playing in windowed mode. There's no way to get rid of it. So, I do apologize for that. The tab key, I do believe, does something, but I think I have to be in cockpit view in order to activate it. Some of the other views I mentioned include suspension. Yeah, so you'll see just how bright they are. Look at that. The tire's glowing. So I'm just going to set this back down to its original setting, 50%. Here we go. Looks a heck of a lot nicer. You can also press the I key to enable the picture-in-picture view. So if you want to get, two different camera angles on the screen all at the same time, like if you wanna really clutter up your screen here, then you can do just that. Of course, don't focus on the picture-in-picture. Like, don't focus on the one at the corner of the screen. Okay, hang on a second. My phone is ringing. I'm not sure if it is possible to change the camera angle in the picture-in-picture, but I do know that it is possible to zoom this camera in and out. Yeah, if you want to play the game in a very large field of view, then sure, you can do that. It's really disorienting, though. That's the only thing. But I mean, it's not impossible to play it like this. Holy crap! Yeah, but everything does look all stretched out, and it's not too bad though. It's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, okay. I'm actually gonna stop at this corner to just set this back to normal. Or I could also do this. Yeah, so zoom it in so much to the point where you can't even see the freaking car, so then you have to rely on the blimp view to see where you're going. Except the blimp view is not always reliable, because as you can see, you still can't see what's ahead of you, because the blimp doesn't turn around to show, like, the forward part of the track. So, more or less, you have to rely on the mini-map, actually. So, yeah, it's just pretty much impossible. You do get to see just how pixelated the textures are, though, even in Direct 3D. Yeah, then you can see the individual pixels, so, there's not too much smoothing going on here. Even though it does say there is a lot of smoothing going on. I don't really believe that, though. Actually, I wonder, can you do that with the other, camera angles, out of curiosity? Let me just try this right here. Like, oh, you can, actually. Okay, well, the only problem is that the barrier is in the way right here. Hang on, can I possibly do something about this here? Hang on a moment. Yeah, like this. Maybe this will make a better thumbnail. I'm not sure what I'm even doing anymore. Not even playing the game at this point. I'm just ranting about all sorts of unnecessary features. So as for some of the other options here, you can view the instant replay. You can press this zoom key over here to just, well, zoom in the picture. You know, in case you don't want to view the image like this. You can just zoom it right in, press escape to go back to the normal view. You can also change the camera angle to whatever you want. So you can go to race. You can also inspect the pace car as well. I mean, you can see the pace car, and you can still zoom the camera in. I can't even read that because it's so blurry. Yeah, but the pace car doesn't move at all. Not in this mode anyway. So I'm not sure why you'd even want to do that. The shoulder, all you can see are the wheels. Suspension, you're literally inside the car. The cockpit you can only view for, well, I mean, you can view it for the pace car as well, but it doesn't show anything, as you can see. So, how's about I just move this over here to the point where I actually begin to move here. Oh yeah, and also if you pause the instant replay for some reason, your car will just do that. So yeah, you can view a replay of what you've just driven. You know, the last few minutes of your time on the track. If you just wanna see how poorly you've actually performed. Okay, yeah, this was when I was just looking at when I was looking at the different camera angles, I believe. Yeah, so it's basically how the instant replay works. You can reverse it. You can also make it go forward. You can just stop it. You can also play it at half speed. And you can just reverse all the way back to the beginning. You can also load or save replays. I'm not going to bother doing that. You can also change the camera angles with these buttons too. Oh yeah, you can rotate them around. Also move them up and down. Oh yeah, if you just want to see what the bottom of the track looks like what the inside looks like, it's a completely different dimension, as you can see. At least when you go up right here, when you view it from that angle. You can also zoom it in a lot, you can also zoom it out quite a bit. Now you're really entering the fourth dimension right here. So, yeah, that's instant replay. That is not what I meant to do at all.
You have what it takes to race on 3 continents and 17 racetracks and compete for the PPG Kart World Series Championship. Then purchase the full version of Kart Precision Racing wherever you buy Microsoft games.
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for the information. I didn't even need to know that because I don't plan on ever purchasing this game at any point because I just have no interest. Yeah, I forgot. When you press the X button, that's just to exit out of the game entirely. When you do exit out, you are presented with this screen right here. I love this right here. Multiplayer action with up to 8 racers competing via LAN or 4 players via the Internet Gaming Zone. Yeah, it's something that isn't even possible anymore because this feature was shut down in like 2006. You know what, I'm just gonna run into the back of the pace car. Get the heck out of here. Okay. The pace car is not solid. Whoa, hang on a second. Let me try that again. Let me just go back there for a moment. Wait. The pace car's not even there anymore. Oh, okay, so the pace car was actually a ghost this whole time. It wasn't even existent. It was a figment of my imagination. It was a hallucination. There was never any pace car. What are pace cars? Pace cars aren't real. Oh my god. This is reminding me of like a PlayStation 1 game, like how... Like, look at this, even the terrain is distorting. It looks so strange. Like, look at when I turn. See how the tire barrier just distorts? Look at that, it's almost like going sideways. Late 90s PC games are truly bizarre, aren't they? Or all these early 3D games, for that matter. What with their distorting textures. Like, look at this. Textures can't even stay still for just one moment. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, the other thing I wanted to show was the Hall of Fame here. Bobby... okay, these are all of my lap times, actually. Yeah, this is my Hall of Fame on just Laguna Seca. I think these are all the lap times I just put in. Yeah, not very good lap times. That's not worthy of Hall of Fame. I'm not Hall of Fame material. Are you out of your mind? Yeah, you also have session results, which, again, there's nothing available because I'm not in, like, a racing session at all. Is there anything else here? I mean, yeah, you can look at different cars. Oh, we can view the pace car here. He's number 0. Look at the different, camera angles. I can't make him move, though. I can't control the pace car. So, that's out of the question. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything else, so I guess we can just end the race. Alright, well in that case, how about we try and do an actual race here? I think on both Miami and Laguna Seca, and then we'll end this video. Gonna show you guys just how terrible I truly am at this game. Real quickly though, I think I am gonna go and change my driver, even though it won't make a difference in the game at all. Yeah, Alex Zanardi with the target card, yeah, sure, why the heck not? With most of the driving, aids disabled, so let's just do it here. I also don't know why I was starting on the side of them at all. You do also have mirrors in the cockpit view as well, and you can disable them. I don't remember what key disables them. Oh my god, will you stop please? Will you just stop? There we go. I'm gonna enable the mini-map just to see if... Oh my god, they're so far ahead of me already. How the heck did that even happen? Okay, well we're only racing 5 laps here, so... Again, I'm gonna show you guys just how bad I am at playing racing games with a keyboard here. I'm only racing 4 laps here as well, so this is not gonna last for too long. Maybe you guys might even be able to see the leader lap me, possibly, because I'm pretty sure that is what's going to end up happening. Oh my god. See, and that's the problem. When you're going into the grass, then you just end up spinning out. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try jousting with the leader. No, you know what? Forget this. Not playing by the rules. Get over here. Get over here! Wow, okay. That's incredibly realistic. He just pushes me out of the way when I collide head-on with him. Wow. Realism! 1997 was such a great year for PC games. There was so much realism, wasn't there, guys? Wow. Amazing. Christ almighty, Monster Truck Madness 2 has more realistic physics than this hot garbage. Anyway, let's just keep on racing. Let's just keep on going. Oh yeah, by the way, if the leader manages to complete the race before you, then after you cross the finish line, even if you're not on the final lap, it just ends the race immediately as soon as you cross the finish line. So you don't even get to race all of the laps. So that's just great. That's just fantastic. Yeah, I wanted to re-enable this. Yeah, sure, enable this as well, because why the heck not? Clutter up the entire screen. Yeah, all cars are now on the final lap, so I wasn't not even going to be able to complete lap 4. Oh, good god, okay, hang on a second. Maybe it's because I'm in too high of a gear here, and I'm trying to turn, so I'm just losing all my traction. Doesn't seem like I have that much traction control, even though I have that enabled. Even just too afraid to actually try turning. There we go. He's already lapped me anyway, because I tried jousting with him before. If I can see him behind me. Yeah, well, there he is. I couldn't even see him in the blimp view for some reason. Okay, disable that because I don't like the way that looks. There's your session results. Oh yeah, also, there was a race graph right here. A race graph that you can view as well. Show you what position you were in. As you can see, I dropped all the way to 4th place by the beginning of lap 1. Yeah. I'm just horrible at this game. I am just extremely bad at this game. Alright, so just get out of there. Last but not least, we'll do a race around the Laguna Seca. Okay, we're just starting here. I would rather not do the pace lap. I have no interest in seeing what the pace laps look like. Well, maybe I could try completing this one race, and then I can try seeing what that looks like, and then we can end the video here. I mean, most of the video was just me talking about all of the different features this game has to offer, like all the different graphics options and all of the other different crap that you can view in the game that isn't really all that important, not to the game itself anyway. My god, can I just stay on the track for like more than 5 seconds? Goodness gracious me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I mean, they are trying to make this game as realistic as possible, so I can understand why I'm sucking. Like I said, I don't know how cars behave. I have no idea how any of this stuff works. I've played so many simulation racing games that I should probably know how all this stuff works by now, but I don't, so I'm just still not good at them. I'm trying to be good at them, but it's not working out for me, unfortunately. Also, I still hate this corkscrew, by the way. I'm pretty sure that's what this corner is called. I think it's called the corkscrew. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, and feel free to correct me if I am, because I don't know much about racing in general, even though I played so many racing games in the past. I'm just aware of the existence of these tracks, but I don't know the history behind them. Like, what's been changed over the course of many decades. Like, the track layouts, I mean. Like, were the track layouts different at one point, or was the track called something else? I mean, I know that the Infineon Raceway used to be called Sears Point at one point, because redundant commentary is redundant, but, I don't know if its track design was different before. I don't believe it was. It's the only, like, one track whose history, at least name history, I'm familiar with. But everything else is just, I don't know, I'm just completely ignorant to. Because I just don't know that much about racing. Even though I grew up watching NASCAR my whole life, pretty much. And yet, I still know very little about it. I mean, I also grew up watching Formula 1 and IndyCar as well. And yet, my knowledge of those racing series is very minimal too. So, yeah, I've learned nothing playing racing games over, like, the past 15 years. Anyway, let's just try and beat this here. I want to try and get a good line through the corkscrew right here, please. Don't crash. It's this turn that always screws me up here. Okay, well, I kind of got through it a little bit better, but it was still awful. Okay, stop. Holy crap. Yeah, because you need to turn so hard. Like, you need to slow down a lot there in that one corner. Here we go. Just take it right here. Don't go all the way down to gear 1 because that's not necessary. Not necessary to take this turn. It might be necessary to take this one, though. Don't go into neutral. Oh my god. Get back on the track, please. Yeah, I don't think there's any flag rules in the trial version either. Here, can I try and at least get to lap 3? There we go. We're good. We're good. We're still going. Yeah, you'll also notice that some signs are actually, like, phasing through the ground. You might have noticed that those, like, signs telling you how close the turn is. Oh yeah, they were just phasing through the ground because that's totally normal. That's physically possible. No physics anomalies occurring right here. Alright, here we go. Just go. Go and do it, please. Go and do it. Alright, they're on the final lap. But they haven't lapped me yet, though, so that's good. That's very good. I'm gonna try... Oh my god. Why can I not turn in these corners? Like, I have to turn so hard here. If I can try making it to the final lap. I don't want these guys to lap me here. I'm gonna try my absolute best to not make that happen. I wonder if I can just blaze right through this corner right here. Alright, here we go. Taking it a little bit better. There we go. That was a lot better. No, jeez. Okay, maybe it's because I am into high gears and I'm moving really slowly that causes my tires to lock up more. I'm really not sure. I don't know how any of this stuff works. Okay, stop. Alright, let's go. Still haven't been lapped, which is good. Go around this corner. You can also see the textures popping in too as well. This game is just... graphic... I mean, you know, back in 1997, this probably would have been amazing, you know, if I was alive at that time, but... yeah, this just... I'm sorry, I cannot appreciate the graphics in this game at all, because this just looks like... it looks like crap, okay? Let's be real here. It looks like garbage. At least compared to today's standards. I probably would have been blown away by this back in 1997, but it's 2017. PC gaming has come a long way in the past 20 years. It just doesn't look good anymore. Jeez, I was kind of drifting there for a moment. Here we go. He's about to lap me. I want to try and see if I can just stay ahead of him. This is the last lap anyway, so please, give me this opportunity. Oh my god. Well, if I just stay in this gear, I'm not going to be able to get that opportunity. Come on. Come on. Here we go. He's getting really close to me. I can even hear him in the background. I'm not going to pay attention to it. Here, don't go into neutral. What am I doing? Okay, we're still good. Still good. Oh my god, dude. I cannot stay on the track. How has this guy not passed me yet? That's the real question, because I have no idea. Okay, here. Just play this smart. If I can just get around this corner, I might be able to do this. Oh my god. Please. Okay, here we go. Go to gear 1. Oh my god, stop! Okay, well, he passed me. Here, don't let this guy pass me. No, stop. Ram into the wall. Time to get aggressive. Time to get aggressive. Okay, they all passed me. And then I spin out. And then the AI chooses to just give up. You know what, I guess I'll go and see what the pace lap looks like, because I'm not really sure if it's like, automated, or I do have to drive, along with the other cars, like if it is manual controlling, like in NASCAR Thunder 2003, how did I, oh yeah, realism, pace lap. So, what is this gonna look like exactly? Let's just go to Miami here. Oh yeah, it is just automated, I believe. Okay, yeah. But why am I going so much slower than all the other guys? I mean, come on here. It's not fair. Oh, wait. I can still kind of turn. Yeah, it's mostly automated, but I can still kind of turn a little bit. I can't brake or anything, though. Okay. Well, I mean, I am in 4th place, so I guess I have to stay behind a little bit, but, okay, yeah. I'm not, interested in the slightest. Let's just see how this looks. Oh, yeah, then all the music just goes away. Or all the sound effects, I should say. Yeah, see, then everything pops back into the background. Like, everything's just floating in the void. I'm sorry, I can't appreciate this for what it is, guys. Like, it just looks so bad. Look at that poppin'! And part of the track doesn't even exist. They're just gonna steer right into the void. And look at that, it looks like the car's phasing through the barriers, even though they're actually behind the barrier. But it looks like they're in front, because of the game's crappy-ass graphics. Not only that, but look at all the buildings, too. My god. Okay. Well, about to go green. Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys, even though that's not at all what they say in IndyCar. Also, I'm completely forgetting to shift gears, because of course I am. Fine, you know what, just go into the grass and just get annihilated. Yeah, you can kind of fly into the air. I don't know if it's possible to, like, flip your car over in this game. I haven't been able to accomplish that yet, but it might be possible. But I don't care. I just really don't care anymore. Stop. Leave me alone. Another similarity to Monster Truck Madness 2 you may have noticed is that the font for the lap time and your current time and best and your place and lap info right here, it's actually the exact same font that's used in Monster Truck Madness 2, so they even reused the font from Kart Precision Racing in MTM2, so it's pretty much the same thing. It's like there's so many assets that they decided to reuse in Kart Precision Racing. Don't quite know why. I'm not sure why they didn't just make brand new assets, but I don't know. I guess they were just too lazy to make new ones or something. I'm not sure what the whole story behind it is. Oh, I can't even control my car like this, actually. Okay, yeah, and then I can go out here. God, look at these barriers, for goodness sakes. Look at that town over there. Looks so low quality. It's probably just, like... I don't even know. It's probably just, like, made out of paper. If you were to somehow, like, hack the game so that you could go out of bounds and drive all the way over there, it'd probably just be, like, paper thin. So, yeah. I'm done. I have no interest in playing this anymore. Just get me out of here. Alright, well I'm gonna leave things here then, guys, because I have nothing more to say about this. I do apologize if this was a very lengthy video, but there was a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about regarding this game. There's still a lot of stuff to talk about, even though this is just the trial version. So, I do understand that this was a pretty lengthy video, especially considering this isn't even the full version of the game, but there's a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about, and I really wanted to take the time to talk about these things. Wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So that's Kart Precision Racing. I mean, it might have been impressive for 1997, but yeah, it's quite primitive compared to today's standards. And for the record, I don't know how much of this game's graphical issues are caused by the game itself. Like, if they are an issue with the game itself, or if it's an issue with my graphics card, like my modern day graphics card, because again, I am playing this on Windows 8. This game was designed to be played on like Windows 95. So the fact that this even works on Windows 8 at all is beyond my comprehension. I'm really not sure how I even got this game to work. I'm quite amazed that this even works at all, although it just makes me even more confused as to why Sports Card GT doesn't start up at all on this laptop, even though it's actually a more recent game than Kart Precision Racing, but whatever. So overall, it is a pretty standard racing game. I mean, there are a lot of features that are very complex. I mean, you know, fine-tuning your car. Like, you could also adjust the brake bias, and there was also, like, boost bias or something along the lines of that you could also configure. Again, stuff that I do not understand in the slightest. I have no knowledge of because I'm not a race engineer. But I can think of a lot of other simulation-style racing games that have features similar to that. So I wouldn't say it's very unique to Kart Precision Racing. I can't really say for sure whether or not the cars perform very well because I was using a keyboard to play this and not a steering wheel and gas pedals. I don't have them with me right now, and again, I'm not sure if they would work with my laptop. I know they work with my old Windows XP desktop computer, but this tiny little laptop, I have no idea. Again, it's very hard to play racing games with a keyboard. I'm really not used to it myself, probably because I did grow up playing racing games with my old Microsoft steering wheel, or at least I used to play Monster Truck Madness 2 with it, occasionally. I think I even tried playing it with Motocross Madness 2 at one point. I do think the steering wheel works with that as well. And Sports Car GT. I mean, I used to play Sports Car GT with a keyboard for the most part, but sometimes I would use the steering wheel just to switch things up a bit. So I would say that a steering wheel controller would definitely be recommended for playing this game because the keyboard controls... I mean, I don't feel like the keyboard controls are horrible, but I feel like the steering would probably feel a lot more accurate if I were using a steering wheel. But given how the steering wheel is really old and most likely incompatible with Windows 8, and not to mention the fact that I don't even have access to it right now, I just decided to go with the keyboard controls, and yeah. This is exactly why I don't play racing games with a keyboard. Or at least I hate playing racing games with a keyboard. But I choose to do it anyway because, I don't know, I'm a masochist. I enjoy torturing myself with these things, apparently. So if you guys want to go and get a copy of this game, I'm not sure where I'd be able to direct you to, because Microsoft is not selling this game anymore. I know that for a fact. The webpage for this game doesn't exist anymore. You might be able to find a used copy of it on maybe eBay or Amazon, so I would suggest looking there. But other than that, I don't know where else I'd be able to link you guys to. I'm not gonna link you guys to the free download of Monster Truck Madness 2 and the Car Precision Racing Trial, because, again, that is piracy, which I do not condone. The only reason I did it was because I used to own Monster Truck Madness 2 at one point. I just don't know where my copy of the game is. I have no clue where it went. Much like how I have no idea where my copy of Midtown Madness 2 went, because I would really like to make a video of that at one point. I also owned Midtown Madness 1 at some point, but I have no idea where that went either. So, yeah, that's Car Precision Racing, guys. Not a horrible racing game, like I'm not saying the game is terrible, but it's just that the graphics have really not aged well at all. Everything looks way too pixelated and blocky for my liking. I would say just pick this game up for novelty reasons. Or if you did grow up playing this game and you just want to relive some nostalgia. Anyway, thanks for watching as always, guys, and I will see you in the next video I make. Later!